Hello everyone and welcome to chapter 12 lesson 4 table constraints. Here we are going to learn about unique and primary key constraints. Unique constraint ensures that every value in a column be unique. Means that no two rows in a table can have duplicate values in a column where unique key constraint is defined. But it can accept null. Two rows can have null value in a column where a unique constraint is defined because null value is not equal to null. But if you put a value in a column where unique constraint is defined, this value must be unique. Let's have a look at this example to create a unique key constraint. Create table emp_new, and this is the column definition. For this column definition, email, we define unique. So this is how to define a unique constraint for a column, in this example, email. Email in this case is unique. That means no two employees can have the same email in the emp_new table. So here, if you try to do insert into emp_new values 1 Sam test@test.com, and the department ID is 110. So this is the email address for this employee. One row is inserted. If you try to insert another record, insert into emp_new values 2, the name of the employee is Tom and the email is test.com. This email is equal to the email of the previous employee. In this case, Oracle will retain an error, unique key constraint violated. No two rows in a table can have the same email in the emp_new table. If you put the email in the first insert statement null, and you put here also null, that's fine, because null is not equal to null. But as long as you provide a value, this value must be unique. Primary key constraint ensures the uniqueness of the column as well as ensures the column that's part of the primary key cannot contain a null value. So it ensures a not null and a unique. So primary key is unique plus not null. Is defined at a column or set of columns that uniquely identify each row in a table. For example, employee ID. If you want to return to a specific employee, you can return to that employee by employee ID. Departments, department ID. Locations by using location ID. So location ID is a primary key in table locations. Department ID is a primary key in table departments. Employee ID is a primary key in table employees. So the primary key column or set of columns is used to identify the record in that table. You can create only one primary key per each table, but the primary key can be composite. For example, you can create a primary key on 2 columns in a table. This is called composite primary key. Let's have a look at this example to create a primary key. Create table emp_name. This is the definition of the columns. And here we define a constraint, name of the constraint, primary key on column emp number, which is this column. So here we define a primary key on emp number column. If you try to insert into emp_new values, this is 1 Sam and the email is sam@test.com. The department ID is 110, the row inserted. If you try to run the second insert statement, the second statement will fail, unique constraint violated, and this is the name of the constraint, which is emp_number_primary key, because here we are trying to insert a duplicate value in a column where the primary key is defined. If you try here to insert into emp_new values null, also the insert statement will fail because the primary key ensures the uniqueness of a column, and also the column that's part of the primary key cannot contain a null value. So in this lesson we learned about unique key and the primary key constraints. I hope this video was informative for you and thank you for watching.